So I wanted to talk about this video on TikTok about a Black American man who asked African women why don't they date Black American men. And I remember seeing picture of these clips from Twitter back in like 2020 or 2021, but I finally found the TikTok videos for them, and I found two that were talking about this man, and these two African women basically gave their response to this Black American man on why African women don't date Black American men. And I found a third video that related to the topic. And before I give my opinion about this, I want to show you these three videos, and I'll be back.
Most of us are raised with and expect traditional gender roles. Oh, and
Okay, as a certified African Niger babe, I'm gonna tell you why. So disclaimer, for me, I don't have any preference. As long as I meet somebody that I vibe with, that loves me and has everything, I'm good to go. But number one, we like somebody that we can relate with. Like, I joke with you, I give you a sign, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of Black Americans cannot relate to us because of different backgrounds, which is understandable. But two, and the most important thing, main thing is that us African girls, we're used to being taken care of by our men. Like, the men do everything, they take care of us, we don't have to worry about money. But a lot of Black Americans feel that we have to go 50-50 on things, like the woman and men has to share equally. But that's not how we're brought up. We weren't raised like that, so we're not used to that lifestyle. So we have to go for people who understand how things work here. Sorry.
6 reasons why I can't date an African American guy, and I have them down here. I'm gonna read them off and I'll tell you guys, and let me know how you guys feel about it. You guys agree or disagree, and are they all the same or not? Ready? Let's get to the first one. First thing first, I don't think you're gonna understand my culture and traditions, and I don't feel like explaining every single detail. Like, I don't want to explain to you why my grandpa calls me my wife, why my cousin calls me my wife, or like all those things. I cannot explain that to you, so that's too much. That's the first thing that you like, I just don't feel like explaining. Is because when we're dating, you're not always gonna see me. You're not gonna see me whenever you want to see me. It's not gonna happen. Like I have a dad, I have like parents, and I cannot just leave the house every single time I want just to see you. So you're gonna have to work, like plan 2 months ahead for us to see each other, if that makes sense. Another one is that we do not do sleepovers, or we can't move in. Like, I can't move in with you unless there's a ring on my finger. That's not happening. Like, I cannot be sleeping at your house at night, whatever, doing all sleepovers for 1 week and then go back to my father's house. It's not happening. We have to have a ring on my finger. Got it? Okay. Another one is that I can't have kids with you before marriage, because I know you guys are good at going to buy milk, but you guys do not know your way back. So I can't have that. I need to be married to you before having your kids. And then in my culture, if I get pregnant by you, I have to be married by you, because you're not gonna shame my family like that and shame me and let me raise that kid alone. It's not happening. First, you're gonna have to marry me, and then also pay money for getting me pregnant before marriage, if that makes sense to you. Another one, which is most importantly, you guys cannot afford an African woman, a traditional African woman. You guys cannot afford them. Most of you guys can't, because I see you guys on social media complaining, or a Black woman, you guys are so expensive. You guys expect us to pay for the date. You guys expect us to do all of this, do your hair, pay for your hair, pay for your nails. Yes, but with an African woman, it's even worse, because bride price now, it's like 22K, 21K. That's the least you could pay, 21K, to have a wife, to bring them at your house. And you guys are complaining. Plus, sometimes you don't have to work. because you demand the house, you want to take control of it and everything. She's gonna be submissive, but you're gonna have to be the head of the house, work, provide, and everything. So besides paying 21K, you still have to pay for her nails, pay for her hair, and any other things that are needed. Yep. And last one, but not the least, in this one, it's like, I don't want to speak English all day, every day of my life. That's just tough. I don't want to do that. And also, like, I don't want to lose my traditions and my culture, because as soon as we have your kids, I don't think they're going to be fully Congolese anymore. So yeah, tell me guys how you guys feel about this, and if you guys agree or disagree about it. And I'm not saying that I'll never date an African American guy. If you're there and you can do all these things, please hit me up. But see ya.
Can y'all stop lying? Because I'm an African girl and I actually prefer Black American men. Can y'all stop this? Speak for yourself. I don't prefer them because they're any better or anyone's better, but in my experience, that's just what I like.
Okay, so those were the videos, and I had wanted to do a video about this. I had already did a video, I think a month ago, about Black Latinas not dating Black American men. And there was another guy, don't remember his name, but he wanted to know why Black Latinos didn't date Black American men. And my video is already up if anybody wants to check it out. And everything that I said in this video, most of the women in the comment section, they were saying negative things and saying how, they would never date a Black American man. And then I seen other African women in the comment section talking about, well, their best experience came from a Black American man, and they're happy with their Black American man, and they rather date Black American men than African men. And I seen it online, like both sides, they like debating and saying who's better. I seen, Black American woman talking about how they love African men, and African women are talking about how much they love Black American men, and etc. Okay, so I'm going to start reading the comment from the comment section, and majority of the women in the comment section are African. I'm going to show you the women in the comments are expressing their opinions on why they wouldn't date Black American men. And so here we go. Yes, we grew up spoiled by our fathers. What makes you think we will go 50-50? I'm from the UK, but heavily on AA TikTok. Atrocious. I want better for my African American sisters. Colorism, fatophobia, 50-50. Don't respect or hold up their woman, and they view us as subservient because of how we treat our husbands. Exactly, I hate having to explain dowry. Like how I'ma explain that you have to give me and my family money to marry me. My parents drowned me in gold since I was 30 days old. And you want me to split bills? I rebuke. So you think I'll leave my father's house, by the way, who pays my bills at 25, to come and do 50-50? I beg. As a Jamaican man, this is me through and through. I don't understand going 50-50 on stuff and still feel valued as a man. Take care of your queen. Wow, as a African American woman, I finally don't feel alone about this. My dad raised us to be taken care of, but men are different now. I'm African American and I don't subscribe to struggle love either. I too want to be taken care of. Black American men love the struggle love. The 50-50, nope, it's a no for me. Tried it. It was a emotional roller coaster. I'm a Nigerian man and here in the USA, and I pay all the bills. I'm here thinking about paying for my future wife's bride price. But African American men thinking about 50-50? Are they mad? And even if we are working, our African men don't want our money, but rather spoil us more. Please say Nigerian or African born men. Americanized African men want to go 50-50 as well. Second, not all African American men want to go 50-50. This doesn't need to be said, but since some of y'all are dense, she's not saying all African men and Black American men are the same. All struggling men want 50-50 now. Stay clear. I'm African American and thankful for my dad raising me to expect nothing less. I'll never go 50-50 with a man. I'm too spoiled. As a Black American, we don't want that 50-50 mess either. LOL had to get me a Latino. I don't date African American men, but only if they understand the standards my father raised me in and bring it. Loyal, provider, non-misogynistic, honest, such. Girl, that's why we don't want to date them either, LOL. Exactly. If I saw my father spoil my mother, what makes you think I wouldn't want the same for me? I'm not doing no 50-50. A lot of men in the US say no matter background wants a female to do everything. It's crazy. I was raised the same way. My uncle said ain't no 50-50 in their household. The man is the provider. No romance before finance. You're 100% right, Queen. I dated an African American guy for 6 years. He never keep up with his job and went to jail 4 times. And I was done. Same, but I'm from Haiti. Never seen my mom pay a bill, and I just can't see myself doing it either. Too much baby mamas. One guy had 8 baby mamas, and he was only 23. My father pays my bills, and I'm 26. Ain't no way I am settling for 50-50. Not all of us believe in 50-50 thing. Y'all hear this on social media. As a Black American with a Nigerian husband, my husband has paid all the bills while I went through school so I can focus on my education. Gal, this is what I've been saying all along. I can't date a man who does not take care of me. African men do take care of us. Right, sis? My culture have to be in my bloodline. The more you mix matters, the more our culture will be watered down. We African girls are for the baby girl lifestyle. I can't imagine doing 50-50 relationships. I'm African American, African and Caribbean, might cheat on you and have three families, but they are going to pay for everything. African American man, you get cheated on for free. I tried to explain this to my boyfriend. He refuses to believe there are men who actively demand 50-50 from their woman. But then again, my boyfriend is Jamaican. Exactly, I'm Black American and don't date them either. I'm not doing 50-50 for any man. All facts. They get offended when you don't want them. So y'all not it. Especially Nigerian women. They don't play. You better come with a check. Same goes for Caribbean women too. Cook them because they are smart women. I'm African American. And after dating other Black men from other cultures, it showed how much I was settling. I don't think I'll go back. Facts as a Black American woman. African American men are the only men you see complaining about having to take care of their families. Like it's weird. LOL. Yeah, the more I date, the more I see how different men who are raised with their father in the home are from. To be honest, this is an overgeneralization and very geographic and age dependent. Many of my peers don't want to date African men because of this reason and trauma. They are the only ones who don't understand bride price. Married to an African, but I love my African American brothers. Married to an African man, but I love my African American brothers. The sweetest, most loving man you'll ever meet. It's rare to see them interested in African women anyway. So you go to school to be a lawyer just to give it up and be a stay-at-home mom? An African man would never say go 50-50. Caribbean American woman, just saying. It's mostly the younger generation of African Americans under the age of 35 and also Americanized South Americans, Caribbeans, and Africans. African men also believe in polygamy. Polygamy too ain't nobody trying to spend a whole bunch of money on one woman. Finally, a respectable response that's true. Exactly. I date more African men than African American, and I'm African American. It's just a different vibe. Women with money don't ask for money. It's true, sis. One of the reasons I don't date them too. No one care. We love our sisters regardless. Money is a must. No money, no honey. Period. This here's 100. Ain't nobody took care of most African American men growing up, so they dang sure ain't going to take care of no one else. Now they mad at us because of they mamas. Really? So as an African American man, what do I get in return? Don't tell me just your company, because any woman can fulfill that. And I say that, growing up, I seen all men as the same. I still do. And I said that, really, I say the choice is yours. Pick your poison. Vet men. They've been saying that all over social media, and especially the relationship coaches and the feminists telling women to vet men no matter the culture, color, race, and etc. People, like to put European men or white men on a pedestal. They also do it to Asian men, Latino men, even black men get put on a pedestal. But I know a lot of women, they like to put men on a pedestal, and usually those women get called pick-me's and whatnot. But I'm actually glad that more women in this generation are being outspoken about their men. They got women run over here saying, oh, this man is better than that man, but it's pretty much the same. We've seen women who date men of different races and cultures, and they end up in the same boat no matter what. And it's like, they keep changing the race and color of the man, but they keep having the same thing happen. It's like the same story, same book, just different characters, different names. And this is why women online have been trying to educate women and tell them to do better. And like I said, I prefer to choose character over color. And if you want to date, a black man and that works for you, then that's great. If you want to date a non-black man and that works for you, then that's great too. But I will say that, in my opinion, it doesn't matter if the man is a foreign black or American black. I would say if you're going to date black or if you want black love, then you need to vet the men. Now, I will say that African culture is different. I know in African culture, they believe in marriage and they believe in this thing called a bride price. And, it's a little different than American culture. And I say most people in America, not saying all, but a lot of Americans, they just don't want to get married anymore. And I've seen, this with black American men and white American, Latino. And like most people, they having babies, but they're not getting married. And it's been going on for like decades now, so this ain't nothing new. But a lot of African women are saying, I want to be married, so I'm going to date my African man or I'm going to date non-black men. And a lot of black American women are doing the same. A lot of black American women are trying to marry African men, Caribbean men, black Latino. Some are also dating out of their race, their culture. I feel like it depends on the man and how he was raised. The same thing could be said about a white man. I've seen white men that do marry women, and I've seen some that leave their girlfriends and leave them as baby mamas. And I've seen and heard in the past African women giving their opinions on African men, and how there are dusty African men. We had black women, past and present, who said that they keep telling black women to be careful because there's dusties, and in the diaspora, it's not just black American men. And it's true, and it's actually dusties all over the world, because there was a Russian woman giving her opinion on her men. And I seen, Indian women talk about Indian men, and Latinos talking about Latino men. Other cultures of white women talking about, men from their culture. British women talking about British men. It's like women all over the world are talking about men from their culture, either here on YouTube or on TikTok. And TikTok, it exposes a lot. You get a lot of tea from the app. They tell you everything. I like when women of different or other cultures tell me about their men and what goes down in their culture, and it makes me more cautious. I'm nosy, so I want to know just in case if I want to date a man from that culture in the future. It's not fair to lump one man in a category, because they all not the same. And we've been hearing that for years. Not all men are bad. We know that. But like I said, women need to be cautious, and they need to learn how to vet men, especially in this day and age, because dating is getting harder and harder. And like I said, the African women, they have their own opinion. And I said, if they don't want to date Black American men, that's fine. And I know that there's some, African American men that don't want to date African women, and some African men that don't want to date Black American women. So, it goes both ways, but you need to pick your poison. Your choice is yours. Pick your poison. And I say, let the best man win. And that's all I have to say in this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.